cruise news time. Well, Mask are back for a cruise, and the Carnival Ecstasy finished her last sailing. And as people got off of that cruise ship, well, maybe they tried to do something they shouldn't have done. Where am I at today? Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news updates. Happy Sunday, everybody. Sunday, the 16th of October, 2022, and I am indeed on location on Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas. And today is a sea day. This is the view out of my cabin. Seas for miles and miles and miles. Cruise news story number one. Let's start with the Carnival Ecstasy, who has finished her last sailing on her way to the scrapyard. Interesting things happening on the Carnival Ecstasy during the cruise. They had an auction where they took memorabilia from the ship and auctioned it off. People could take a little bit of the Carnival Ecstasy home with them. Well, apparently the auction items were not enough, to the point where John Heald, the brand ambassador, made a post on his Facebook page saying that he had to stop a man from taking a chair from the dining room off of the cruise ship with him on debarkation day. He had to tell the guy, no, you cannot take the chair with you. That's bold. A chair would be noticeable, right? I could understand. So we've had the conversation a little bit on the cruise ship here and in the cabin with my shipmate, John from the ship show. What would you take? Is there anything that you feel like you could slip in your bag off of that cruise ship? I know it's wrong. We're not saying that you should steal, but the ship's being scrapped anyway. It's not a justification. Anyways, what do you, obviously you can't get away with taking a chair off of the Carnival Ecstasy, but what do you think you could get away with? Maybe one of those cool plates from the dining room? I don't know. We were talking about that. A towel would be pretty cliche, like a washcloth, a branded towel or something like that. But what's unique in a cruise cabin that you could slip in your bag and take off the ship with you? I would love to see where your imagination goes. Leave a comment below. Before we get to the masking story, let me give you a ship life update. I'm on the Allure of the Seas. We embarked yesterday, and there's a couple things that are going on. I'm doing an experiment this week with the drink package. I've never had a drink package, and so I'm trying to figure out whether that's having me drink more or drink less or what. I had some interesting enlightened moments yesterday on the cruise having the drink package, like in a way that I never have had before. And then we coupled the drink package with the ultimate dining package so that John and I could try all of the different specialty restaurants and see how those two things work together. And so we had some great meals yesterday. We had lunch at Giovanni's Table, we had dinner at Chops, and had a great night karaoke, testing the fates. I think I went to sleep at 3 o'clock and I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. And we went to Johnny Rockets for breakfast. So I wanted to show you that. This is a tip if you've ever been on a Royal Caribbean ship and you don't know this, or if you've never been on Royal. Johnny Rockets is a restaurant that has an additional fee for lunch. And so you have to pay for Johnny Rockets at lunch, but you can go there for breakfast. They have a great breakfast. This is a shot of the breakfast menu. I had this BLT sandwich. It has an egg, but I didn't get the egg on it. Some potatoes. Really good and a fun environment to sit out on the boardwalk and eat at Johnny Rockets. And so, in case you didn't know that, there's a little tip for your face. How about that? All right, we got to talk about masking. I really want to talk about the frustration of my friend Don Terrace. But before I get there, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. And look, I'm going to ask you a second favor. I would love for you to hit the like button. And you may not have known it. You may not know you walked into a trap. You're caught in a trap. You can't walk out because you're now in the like trap. Look, hit the like button. It's the easiest. It's the path of least resistance. But unfortunately, if you do not hit the like button, well, I will be forced to punish you. And your punishment will be this. You're going to go to breakfast and you're going to order some potatoes, and you're going to wish that they were like nice Waffle House hash brown potatoes, and they're not going to be that. They're going to be these chunky breakfast potatoes that are fine for what they are, but you really wanted some Waffle House potatoes. So you can avoid all that. You have the power. You're like He-Man. I have the power. You're like He-Man. You have the power to avoid chunky breakfast potatoes that you know are frozen. Chunky breakfast potatoes by hitting the like button. Thank you in advance. All right. So yes, this story is all about remembering Like, I'm all over the references today. Like, as if you are Simba looking at the clouds in The Lion King, and you see Mufasa say, remember. Remember, we're not out of the woods yet when it comes to protocols. Cruise ships reserve the right to slap down any protocols they want without much notice, and that's what happened to our friend Don Terrace. I saw his video yesterday. He was not having a fantastic day. He was having a I'm not excited day, because when he made it over to Amsterdam to get on the Rotterdam, Holland America Lines Rotterdam, to do a transatlantic sailing celebrating the 150-year history, I think, of the Rotterdam, they told him he had to wear a mask in all public places for the next 15 days. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, I'm jumping in from the edit. This is a good time to point out that a lot of times people like to go to other creators' comments and crap on other creators. So if your inclination is to say something about my friend Don in my comments, your comment won't see the light of day. And I would challenge other creators out there not to let people crap on other creators, because it's not an easy life being a creator. And so if you want to go crap on a creator, go make your own YouTube channel or your own spot or some gossip bakery and go crap on creators there. But yeah, I'm just letting you know. I read the comments, and so if you want to crap on my friend Don, I'm going to put you on the naughty list. Well, I know some of you want to be on the naughty. All I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, and you don't have to give me a departure message either. All right. Back to the end. Now, I think the story is still unfolding, and so I'm trying to piece it together from what I saw Don say, and he's talking to people on the cruise ship. But there was either a norovirus, something on that ship the previous week, possibly some COVID, but whatever it is, they made the decision that it would be the safest for the passengers and the crew and everybody involved to mask back up on this ship in public places. And again, reading through some of the interactions on Don's channel, some of the comments there, you know, people, there's a range. There are people from like, oh, I really understand why they're doing this, to people saying this is crazy, why were they doing this? It is what it is, right? At the end of the day, when you agree to go on a cruise ship, you're agreeing to these rules that can change, and whatever the ship thinks is best for the ship, that's what they're going to do. And so I would just challenge you that if you're going to cruise and you have a problem with the fact that some authority is going to be able to lay something on you that you may not like, maybe that's not the thing to do. I certainly understand Don's frustration. No shade on Don, because he's ready for this big long trip, and now in the moment it's like, wow, you got to wear that mask. But at the end of the day, man, I wouldn't like it either. So I completely understand, but it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Of course, it's always fun to watch Don's videos. If you don't follow Don, make sure you check out Don's channel, Don's Family Vacations. And what do you think? Like, would you be, if all of a sudden you showed up and you had to wear a mask for 15 days, how long would you be mad about it? Would you ever get over the fact and just be, okay, it is what it is, or would you be pretty upset? Yeah, leave a comment below. And let me say this, if that tip that I gave you about Johnny Rockets being included on Royal Caribbean for breakfast blew your mind, well, I got a whole list of 20 cruise expenses you may not even be thinking about. This is a classic Lido Loca video to get you prepared for your next cruise so you don't get charged too much money. Check out this video next. This is Tony for Lido Loca. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.